The NAWALT argument. Look, although we do use the acronym NAWALT, not all women are like that. Women actually use the whole idea of NAWALT and always have been. Now, when I say this, I mean they don't come out and say, oh, NAWALT, or oh, not all women are like that. They might use the terminology or the words, not all women are like that, but obviously they might say, look, not all females are like that, or not every single woman is going to be like that. They don't all do the same thing, we're not all the same, But why do women like men to believe in NAWALT? Why do they want men to believe that not all women are like that? If you had 100 females and 100 males, now you got 97 out of these 100 females, they're just hoes, and you got 3 good females, and then you have 100 males. This is just a hypothetical situation. 100 males, out of this 100 males you have 97 good males and 3 male hoes or male sluts or whatever. For people to go around telling this group of men, look, you're, and there's 97% of these men, 97% of these men are good men. You'll find your match, you'll find that girl one day, you'll find that special one for you, But then in that one, if you look over there, out of the 100 females, 97 of them out of the 100, so 97%, are hoes. So which one are you going to get? One out of them 3. So if you did get one of these good females, what's your other friends going to get? Doesn't make sense. This is the situation that we're in today. This is how it is. But the point of the whole reason why I'm even recording this is to actually pretty much talk about something different. And it's about the reason why females push NAWALT. I think it's more to it than just only about pretty much pursuing men for utility. It's also about pointing the finger at their own selves, making themselves feel comfortable and cozy. And how and what am I trying to say, and how do I mean this? Pretty much in the sense where even though these 97% of females are hoes or sluts or whatever, bad, very, very bad females, very toxic females. When someone says not all women are like that, 100 of these females will cozy up into that category of not all women are like that. They'll all snuggle up and feel comfy and put a little smile on their face and, yeah, I'm part of this group, right over here, this NAWALT group, when in all reality, you're talking about an overwhelming majority. They have nothing at all to do with NAWALT. NAWALT's nothing but a unicorn. Doesn't exist. It's like the gold at the end of the rainbow. So if you keep chasing, you ain't gonna find it. It's all bullshit. I think my next video will be about something called inverted reality, or reality inverted. Pretty much basically speaking about how, in reality, it's obvious. It doesn't really need critical thinking. Men are the superior gender. Bigger, faster, smarter, bigger brains. Pretty much invent everything. Women can have some crumbs, no problem, whatever. But generally speaking, men invent everything. We've built the world. In this world, today's world, that is, how females are being presented as something that's a little more superior. And believe me, they are being presented as a more superior creature. When I say that, I'm saying that based on what I see through media. And females, when I see them in the streets or in the shopping malls, markets, out on the streets, when I talk to them, when I read the papers, so yeah, again, media, they do act or come across as if they are more superior. They're always making it out like men are dumb or imbeciles. Like the Homer Simpson, buh, and Marge always coming up with the solutions. She's the wise one. She's the intellectual one. And you got heaps of commercials on television that always also have that same narrative. They're not even coming at us with this equality bullshit. They're actually coming at us with they are the superior gender. Now, when you go back to the foundation of this actual presentation, which is men are superior by far in every way, shape and form, whether it be via the mind, having a bigger brain, physically faster, more endurance, more powerful, etc., etc., etc. That's why I say every way, shape and form. Then what we are being presented with is something that is the total opposite of reality. Therefore, we have an inverted reality. The only reason why we have an inverted reality, there are reasons why we have an inverted reality. One of those reasons that we have an inverted reality is because of the type of system that the establishment has put forth and the way it needs to function, the way it works, the way it operates, which pretty much can't operate unless men are deemed. Deemed doesn't mean a fact. Deemed is not a fact. Just deemed. Men are deemed to be inferior. What this does is this brings down the self-esteem of men, mentally drained, incapacitated. It even causes anxiety when men see that they are the inferior creature when they are totally not. Men are the predator. Men are the apex. Men are the superior being. Men are the alpha. Females are the beta. And females give birth, big fucking shit. Females whinge about how giving birth is such a hard thing, and a female, when she's giving birth, she's about to die, and it's like dying. Well, why the hell do these females that give birth again and again and again? Bullshit. It ain't that hard. Women, when they have these babies, they end up with stretch marks, and they start getting saggy. Once they hit 35, 36, they pretty much haven't only hit the wall, they've lost nearly all their value. I was watching another video, I'm not 100% sure on who it was that put it out there, but it pretty much stated that females at the age of 16 are at their prime and are at their highest value, whilst a male at the age of 16 is at his lowest value. And in 20 years time, so when a male has hit the age of 36, this is when he's at his highest value, at the optimum, whilst a female at the age of 36, she's lost her value. She's got a lot of mileage on her. She's hit the wall or two, or maybe the walls hit her, who knows. So men age like wine, females age like milk. Now, you got to understand this inversion. Reality has been inverted to make you think that you are worth less than a female, when the complete opposite is true. Know and understand that you are worth a hell of a lot more than what they portray. Now, when you understand that you're living in a world that has an inverted reality projected to you, then you'll understand that you are the one that is worth a hell of a lot more than what they portray. The nocebo effect, pretty much the opposite of a placebo effect, where a placebo effect is pretty much a positive thing, where, for example, someone tells you, let's say you're sick and someone tells you, you know what, I had a dream, everybody had this dream that you're going to get better, like really, really quickly, and you're supposed to be really sick and not get better for another week or two, and you take that into account and you think, wow, yeah, you know what, these people are all right, and you get better in a day or two because it had an impact on your mind and thought process. It actually affected you in a positive way. So the nocebo effect is the opposite of that. And an example of that would probably be how feminism and its advertisements and its propaganda are everywhere, pretty much dragging men down. Men are supposed to be, men are the apex, and they are at the top, and they are the alpha. And all the media does, and these feminists that have hijacked the media, is pump out information. They make it out like men are beaters, and probably even below beaters, animals, and all rapists. So some men start believing that. This is the nocebo effect. And yeah, the nocebo effect. It wouldn't surprise me if there actually was a war, as in the establishment warring against white males. Now, the reason for this would be obvious, for me anyway. Even though I'm not a white male myself, the way the Western world functions, and it appears that it's a world that pretty much spawned out of, or spawned from white men. It's really just a world that was spawned pretty much by the establishment, and it just happened to be that at the time white men were the dominant ones in that realm of the world. However, they don't care about the white man, they don't care about any man, they don't care about any race, nationality or ethnicity. It's just about money and power. Today, more than ever, the white man and other men, there are other men in different groups, races and ethnicities that know about legislation, how it functions, how it operates, and are avoiding marriage. But the bulk of them, in my opinion, would be white men. This is why there is a war against white men, cis white males, the single white male, the war against these males. Why? Because they are switched on. They know the game. They know what's going on. Therefore, the establishment doesn't want them. They are deemed pretty much write-offs. They want these new people that are coming from overseas, whether they be Arabs, whether they be Asians. They don't care. It's just the fact that these people that will come, specifically these males that come from overseas, their purpose will be pretty much drone and utility, and that's it. So fresh meat, raise a family, break up, domestic violence, perpetuated by the media, using a whole variety of ways and means, such as pretty much brainwashing these new people that came from overseas, these immigrants. And again, we have a new cycle of so-called domestic violence and generating money, which pretty much goes back to the establishment. This is why there is a war against white males. I wonder what draws fathers' interest towards his child. Yeah, I know it sounds obvious. It's the child, it's the father's child, and there's an interest. But what do we pursue as fathers? What do we pursue? Do we pursue the psychological connection, or do we, or is it the biological connection that gives us that drive to pursue? It's very interesting. I mean, for me, honestly, I think if my son was just connected to me biologically and that's it, I don't think that would be sufficient for me to have that special connection with my son, because it's very limited and it's not really my identity, it's your identity biologically speaking, but it's not really you. It's not really the father. The father, for example, myself, I like to, every now and then, very, very spontaneously and rarely go fishing. I walk a certain way, like every other person walks a certain way, talk a certain way, eat a certain way, speak a certain way. I've got some hobbies. I like to write poetry, put songs together. I eat a certain way. Whatever it is, it's like these are the things, these habits and hobbies and ways of a person. You like to pass that on as well. It's not only a biological connection. I think it is, for me, that would be more of an imperative for my son or daughter, my child, to be like me, rather than just be connected to me via DNA and biology. I don't think that's enough. It's interesting. I'd just like to get an opinion from other men as to what they believe to be the case.